for my leisure. Bliss. I don't do arguments in my relationships. I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this, then say something. I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this. I'm lit. I don't do two-face unless the face card on my wrist. She get away. 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 Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. She ate away. She ate away. She ate away. She ate away.
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. It's that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my they say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures of it.
Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She took with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause bro recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties. On the industry advice, I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in the sky. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She took with the G's, then she know it. Eyes on the prize just to see how far I go. Yeah. Shooting star, yeah. All over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. So nobody could tell me I'm not wet my way and go. Yeah, I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they're looking at me like they seen a UFO.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Goff taken right to the air. Chased out to his right. That's St. Brown working the sideline, complete. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Motioning one of the tight ends. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard as he's outshyer that time on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Christian Harris picks it off.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. That pass caught by Tate Dell. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field and tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Round throwing here on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Big loss on the play brings up 2nd down.
Trying again following the sack. He's on the move. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell at the INT. And the Lions are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
It is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Another try following the sack. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans take over as he records his 10th career INT.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. To the air, Stroud. Flush down out to his left. He's running with it. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short on the 35. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Jack Campbell with the INT. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
He throws a bullet deep. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Detroit. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Fox now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Now here he goes. And he doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Stroud now on third. Complete to Dell. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston first. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Has it in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Third and a lone yard coming up.
All right. Nike Texas.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Texans at a deficit. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They motion Dell over left. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans earn the chance to tie before halftime. Tank Dell the touchdown. Well, partner, with the increased focus on receivers now in the ground game, the jet sweep, it's a weapon all 32 teams and coaches have to rely on for offense. And for the good ones, it can be a lucrative play to have ready, too.
Yeah, lucrative on the scoreboard, certainly, Kate. And don't forget about lucrative for the wallet, too. Next time his agent's at the negotiating table, he's going to be sure to bring plays up like that one. You mentioned the value he could bring beyond the work of just catching the football.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. From his own end zone, here we go. And he's wishing he left this one in the end zone, Brock, as he goes out of bounds short of the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. First down throw from Goff. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Goff on 3rd. Oh, brother, it's another interception. taken away by the rookie from USC. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Goff trying again here after the pick. Forced out to his right. Now he takes it. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Here's 2nd and 7. Gets everything he has under this throw. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Goff. Finds Laporta. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Now Goff. He's going to push one deep down the right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Intended target there was Sam Laporta. And that brings up 4th and long.
The ability to track the ball, but ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
This work begins at the 31. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Texans football. First down, ball at the 36. Stroud from the pistol. On the move, headed right. He can run it. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. A big 34-yard pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a first down. From the gun, Stroud. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Now it's Stroud. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Aleem McNeil in on the tackle. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
On the quick, right?
To the air yet again. It's Stroud. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Christian Kirk, the intended receiver. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
A 43-yard attempt.
Everly's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. A massive shot towards the end zone. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
Yeah, and the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Fox now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Oh, okay.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 32. Throwing the out route complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Here's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a race down the right side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Look the high. Hey, uno.
1st down from the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. This one intended for the running back. It's 2nd and goal.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Mixon has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Here we go.
Mixon on 3rd and goal. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football is going to be spotted at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. Buying some time right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Goff on 1st and 10. And that's going to be knocked away. May have saved a completion there. And that brings us to the end of our 3rd quarter.
Well, when a defender can get his hand on a pass in any way, good things usually happen.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Goff back to throw. Oh, he got 3. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game. Heck, the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen. But at this level, this big boy league, just because you get out of one guy's arms doesn't mean you're safe anytime soon.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Offense up to the line fast. Looking to throw. Chased out to his right. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Jukes one defender, and that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
At the Lions' 41-yard line.
From the 41. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Has his man. It's Mixon. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. They've got 1st down from the 31. Going right side, Mixon with it. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Second and 10 now. It's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun now, 1st round. Here's a deep shot towards the end zone. He's got it deep downfield. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans go up by 12 in the 4th. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to go. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And in for the Detroit touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And that return gets a little more than the old touchback, Brock, but a little less than the new one. He's out between the 25 and the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A handoff for Mixon, running right. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. On the ground again with Mixon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way was telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to throw it. Dell with the grab. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. He'll throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect to a Tank Dell. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Lions will go on offense. First down throw from Goff. Now he'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it at the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Has it down close. Touchdown, Detroit. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this 4th quarter. Well, it may be stating the obvious, partner. I do that sometimes often, but tight ends, such a mismatch this close in. And no surprise, they went his way for that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's one of those guys, security blanket. Whether he's designed read or not, this quarterback knows that tight end's a great outlet. Why? Because often they're bigger and they're stronger. Even if they're double teamed, there's still that chance to get that entry pass, like a great post in basketball. They know how to finish.
First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Here we go.
Setting up to pass. Pass caught by Mixon. Brushes him off with ease. A gain of 27 yards there. And it sets up a Houston first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
He'll look to throw it. This is complete to Schultz. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Here he is to throw. Throw right side, hauled in by Collins. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Stays upright. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now a timeout's called. It's not their last one, though, so they can try another play before setting up for that field goal.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. Trying again, following the sack. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Looking good, and it's through. And in the final moments, they force overtime.
Overtime rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, well, if things go a specific way in OT, the next time we see him line up, it could be for the game winner.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. He's got the squibber. And And that return comes to a close, which means buckle up, everybody. We've got some extra football on the way. All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see one possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. This is taken in at the 13. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now the give to Mixon. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30.
27-yard line.
Keeping it with Mixon. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Lions' 26-yard line.
Throwing is Stroud. Oh, he's in trouble here, and he'll go down. The Lions got him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Here's what I know. I know this one, Kate, from personal experience. After this one's over, QB, well, he's going to spend some time in that cold tub because he's been in so much time on the ground, taking a beating today. This offensive line, this offense has got to find a way to protect the passer.
Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
It's good. The kick sails through. And the pressure now applied to that opposing sideline.
That felt like the game right there, Kate. What a risk they took. He misses, and all the other side needs is a big play, and they're in field goal range. But he doesn't miss. He steps up, and he drives it through, and now they're a stop away from the win.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Throw complete to Williams. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the gun, Goff. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Goff on 1st and 10. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. On first down, it's Goff. This is complete to Gibbs. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing again, it's Goff. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking, he's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Looking to throw it. And that's the game. The interception does it. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were